A few months back, I did a video counting down my 40 favourite characters. It did get quite a few comments from people who both agree and disagree with me. But looking back, I think I might have rushed this a little bit. So I'm doing it again, with just the top 10, and this time I will also be giving my reasoning for it. Now, of course, I change my mind like the weather, so the top 10 won't be precisely the same as before. So, here we go. Number 10. Spencer. Despite only being introduced when the show was nearing its peak, I loved this character. Based on a real-life Avery Pacific, Spencer has a really humorous rivalry with Gordon over who is faster and stronger of the two. On the outlook, that probably wouldn't be a very interesting plot, but the writers make this so amusing we enjoy it even more. Especially in King of the Railway where they meet Connor and Caitlin, and straight away they know they're out of date. It's just hilarious. I'm really glad Spencer has been given a leading role in the current series, because he is so funny and interesting. An excellent decision by the writers. Number 9. Mavis. My favourite female character. I'm sure lots of you will agree with me that she is one of the only characters who has actually grown up as time goes on. In her first few episodes, she was very young and often lost her cool with the trucks. Now she is very much matured and shown great leadership towards Bill and Ben. Some people don't really like this change of character, but for me, if they kept her the same way, she wouldn't be as appealing, and I think this is why she was one of the first, less major characters to be brought into the CGI series. Mavis is such a fascinating character to watch, and I hope to see more of her in future episodes. Number 8. Pattinson. Without doubt, Pattinson is the best character to be introduced in the CGI series. He makes a perfect sidekick to Diesel, and for me, every time he appears in an episode, I wonder what funny one-liner he's going to say this time. He really got his big break in Blue Mountain Mystery. While it was quite a random choice to have him play such a leading role, people finally realised how interesting a character he is. Since then, he has appeared in dozens of episodes, and despite not always affecting the plot, he still does or says something funny every time, and this does improve the episode for me slightly. A brilliant character to watch. Number 7. Diesel 10. Now, unlike about 90% of the Thomas the Tank Engine community, I actually really love Thomas and the Magic Railroad, and part of the reason is because of Diesel 10. Forget about P.T. Boober, Diesel 10 is the perfect villain for Thomas the Tank Engine, and every time he appears there are high expectations. Despite occasionally changing character to many people's annoyance, it still is great to know he is still around and is still up to mischief. Seeing him at the end of Misty Island Rescue was a real shock, and it really did get me pumped for Day of the Diesels, not knowing I was going to be disappointed. But anyway, I am a huge fan of this character, and he is a brilliant villain for this series. Way better than any of the others. Way better. Number 6. Doc. A great decision to bring him back for Series 17. Doc has been a hugely popular character from his first appearance in Series 2 onwards. Right from the off, Doc made his mark, and his method of playing with the rules was really amusing to watch. And throughout the years that he didn't make a single appearance, the show felt like it had a really big hole. But of course, now he has been brought back, I think he has changed for the worse. He would definitely be higher than 6 if it wasn't for his recent appearances in the series. His way of adding virtually nothing to the story is a huge letdown, considering the amount of potential we know he has. But hopefully, in the future, Doc will return to being a smartass and show instead of tell. Number 5. Stepney. Oh my god, why won't they bring this guy into the CGI series already? Before the recent episodes, Stepney was the first engine to be introduced. That was based on a real life engine. Despite there being only a few episodes with him in, I enjoy all of them. As well as working on the Bluebell Railway, Stepney does make occasional visits to Solor, and he finds a way to get along with everyone. I'm glad they made an episode where Thomas is jealous of the newcomer, who is similar to Thomas in every way. Well, I did until they made it a thing for every single special. But anyway, Stepney is, on the outset, a fairly ordinary character, but he has the kind of charisma and bravery that makes him such a deserved fan favourite. Number 4. Whiff. A very unique character. Whiff first appeared in Series 11, and almost straight away he looked to be a very unique character. His glasses and his interest in rubbish is a very good concept, and I'm glad they brought him back in Misty Island Rescue. That was one part I particularly enjoyed about the film. Whiff has found a way to get along with everyone, despite frequently having a bad smell. He has been given some episodes where he is the main character, and really that's all you could ask for with a very obscure character. Definitely one of the best to be introduced in recent series. Number 3. Toad. Who would have known that a brake van would be such a fascinating and funny character? Toad the brake van is, of course, Oliver's brake van, but in recent episodes we have seen it mixed with other engines, which I really enjoy. A few of the episodes where Toad is the main character are some of my personal favourites, such as Toad Stands By and Busy Going Backwards. Interestingly though, Toad has more episodes about him than Oliver, but I think this is because Toad is so much more appealing and charismatic than his best friend. Bringing back Toad was, as ever, a great decision. If they give Doc a lot of appearances for no reason, it's not worth it. But with Toad, I can certainly understand why he makes so many appearances. Number 2. Gordon. Finally, a completely original character. Gordon the Big Engine is a cultural icon of the series, and I can fully understand why. As soon as the series started, Gordon became a main antagonist. His boastful persona and fast speed make him such a great character, and to see him receive his comeuppance has become a major highlight in recent episodes. I would really like to see a film where Gordon is the main character. We've had it with Percy, and I think Gordon should be next on the list. And of course, I agree with the Unlucky Tugs idea that the Great Race should have been about Gordon. So in conclusion, Gordon is such a funny and likeable character who I hope never ceases to entertain us in episodes. Now, before I say my obvious number 1, I'm going to go through some honourable mentions. Oliver. On my top 40 video, Oliver was ranked number 3, but looking back, I don't think I could give a logical reason for it. Most of his episodes are good, but in terms of character, there really isn't that much to say about him. If they give him more of a personality in future episodes, then maybe he would be in my top 10. Percy. Without a doubt, the second main character in the franchise. Percy's episodes are really enjoyable, and also there are some episodes that teach some very important life lessons, such as try to be someone you're not, or how to make new friends. Not having Percy in the top 10 was a very tough decision for me. Diesel. If it wasn't for Diesel 10, Devious Diesel would be the perfect villain for the series. He is such a troublemaker, and unlike some characters, it's quite amusing to see him come up with some new schemes. Especially in the Great Race. Despite adding nothing to the story, these scenes I found really funny and enjoyable. And now it is time for number 1. My favourite character in all of Thomas and Friends is Henry, of course. As you've seen in my theory video, which by the way I will do again because of the awful microphone quality, I have great sympathy for Henry as a character. I also think I can relate to Henry more than anyone else because I myself am a very shy and nervous person. I do sometimes struggle to truly connect to people, but knowing I'm not the only one who feels this way makes me love Henry even more. The Flying Kipper is my favourite episode in the entire series, without a doubt. The atmosphere, the music, the story is just perfect, and that episode alone makes Henry the Green Engine such a wonderful character who I am proud to name my channel after. Now, as the comments on the top 40 video prove, we all have our own favourite character, and we are all entitled to having a different opinion from each other. That's the whole purpose of this community. But we shouldn't be arguing over how our opinions are different from someone else's. We should be a great community. And in case you were wondering, yes, I am looking forward to Journey Beyond Cinema, even after seeing the trailer. Deal with it. Anyway, thanks for watching, and until next time, sparkle, sparkle, sparkle.